When we fall in love, we often think we've found the source of our ultimate happiness. However, reality can be much more complex. Relationships, even the most loving and well-intentioned ones, can become a source of conflict and pain, and sometimes, they can end up robbing us of our happiness. If you don't want your partner to steal your happiness, you're in the right place, because today I'll show you the signs that, if your partner meets, they're stealing your happiness. But not only that, at the end of the video, I'll also tell you how to solve all these situations so that you don't live a life you don't want, full of sadness. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to let me know you're interested in these topics, so I can bring more content like this that will help you. Let's get started. Signal number 1. Constant dissatisfaction. When you find yourself in a relationship where dissatisfaction is constant, it is vital to pause and reflect on what is happening. Why, despite your attempts to improve things, do you still feel unhappy? This chronic feeling of dissatisfaction can be a clear indicator that something is affecting your happiness, and in this case, it could be related to your partner. It is essential to understand that prolonged dissatisfaction is not normal or healthy in a relationship. Although we all experience ups and downs, feeling perpetually dissatisfied is a sign that something is not working as it should. It could be that your emotional needs are not being met, that there are unresolved conflicts, or that you simply no longer connect with your partner in the same way. The key to addressing this situation lies in honest and open communication. Talk to your partner about how you feel, explain your concerns and desires for the relationship. They may not be aware of how you are feeling, or there may be misunderstandings that can be resolved through sincere conversation. Additionally, it is important to examine your own expectations and needs in the relationship. Are they realistic? Are you looking for something that your partner cannot provide, or are you putting too much pressure on the relationship to be perfect? Reflect on what truly makes you happy and whether your current relationship aligns with those values and desires. If after talking to your partner and reflecting on your own needs you still feel dissatisfied, it may be time to consider more drastic options. This could include couples therapy to work on issues together, or even the possibility of ending the relationship if you feel it is no longer healthy for you. Remember that your happiness is important and that you deserve to be in a relationship that makes you feel fulfilled and content. Do not settle for a situation that constantly makes you unhappy. Always remember that you are worthy of love and a relationship that enriches you emotionally. Ultimately, remember the Stoic teaching of accepting what you cannot change and having the courage to change what you can. If after all your efforts the situation does not improve, have the strength to make difficult decisions and seek your happiness elsewhere. Signal number 2. Anxiety or stress. When a relationship becomes a constant source of anxiety and stress instead of being a haven of calm and emotional support, it is essential to address this situation proactively and effectively to preserve the emotional health of both parties involved. Continuous anxiety and stress can manifest in various ways in a relationship, from constant worries about the stability of the relationship to feeling constantly on guard or in conflict with your partner. To prevent anxiety and stress from taking over your relationship, it is fundamental to cultivate open, honest, and respectful communication from the outset. Lack of effective communication can lead to misunderstandings, resentments, and a sense of emotional disconnection, all of which can contribute to feelings of anxiety and stress. Take the time to talk to your partner about your concerns, needs, and expectations in the relationship, and actively listen to their perspective as well. Additionally, it is important to establish clear and healthy boundaries in the relationship to protect your emotional well-being. This may involve saying no when necessary, setting realistic expectations about what you can and cannot control in the relationship, and prioritizing your own health and happiness. Recognize that it is okay to have needs and boundaries, and assert them respectfully but firmly. Mutual trust also plays a crucial role in preventing anxiety and stress in a relationship. Work on building and maintaining trust through consistent and transparent actions, and address any trust issues openly and honestly when they arise. Transparency and consistency in behavior can help reduce uncertainty and anxiety in the relationship. Furthermore, it is important to dedicate time and energy to nurturing the emotional connection with your partner. This may include shared activities that you both enjoy, regular expressions of appreciation and affection, and creating a safe space where both feel heard and validated. Cultivating an emotionally satisfying relationship can help counteract the negative effects of stress and anxiety. If despite your efforts, anxiety and stress persist in the relationship, it may be helpful to seek the support of a couples therapist. A trained professional can help you identify and address unhealthy communication patterns, resolve underlying conflicts, and develop effective strategies for managing stress and anxiety in the relationship. Ultimately, remember that your emotional well-being is paramount in any relationship. Do not settle for a dynamic that causes you more anxiety than joy. Have the courage to confront issues and make the necessary decisions to seek the happiness and emotional peace you deserve. Signal number 3. Unexplained sadness. It is essential to start by examining the dynamics of your relationship and how you feel in it. Do you feel valued and supported by your partner, or do you feel like your emotional needs are not being met? Reflecting on your everyday interactions with your partner can help you identify patterns or behaviors that could be contributing to your sadness. Another factor to consider regarding unexplained sadness is the presence of unresolved conflicts in the relationship. If there are underlying issues that are not addressed or are ignored, they are likely to contribute to a tense emotional atmosphere and trigger feelings of sadness and discomfort. It is important to proactively address these conflicts and seek solutions that promote resolution and reconciliation in the relationship. Open communication and willingness to compromise are essential to overcoming challenges and strengthening the emotional connection with your partner. Additionally, it is important to consider how you feel about yourself within the relationship. Do you feel secure and confident in your role as a partner, or do you experience constant doubts about your worth or your place in the relationship? Self-esteem and self-confidence are crucial for maintaining a healthy and satisfying relationship, and if you find yourself struggling with these aspects, they may contribute to your unexplained sadness. To avoid unexplained sadness in a relationship, it is important to actively address these issues and work on strengthening the emotional connection with your partner. This may involve dedicating quality time together, practicing empathy and mutual understanding, and working on open and honest communication. Remember that your happiness and well-being are fundamental in any relationship. Do not settle for a situation that constantly makes you feel sad or discouraged. Have the courage to confront problems and seek solutions that promote greater satisfaction and joy in your love life. Ultimately, remember that you deserve to be in a relationship that makes you feel valued, loved, and happy. Signal number 4. Feeling trapped or limited. Feeling trapped or limited in a relationship can be an emotionally draining and challenging experience. When you perceive that your partner is restricting your freedom in some way, whether emotionally, socially, or physically, it can generate a sense of discomfort and frustration. This feeling can manifest in various ways and can have a significant impact on your emotional and mental well-being. One of the most common aspects of feeling trapped in a relationship is emotional restriction. This can manifest in the form of emotional manipulation, excessive control, or even emotional abuse. For example, your partner might use manipulative tactics to influence your decisions or make you feel guilty for wanting to spend time with friends or family. This dynamic can undermine your self-esteem and make you feel like you have no control over your own life. Additionally, feeling socially limited in a relationship can be very distressing. This can occur when your partner tries to isolate you from your friends, family, or other important people in your life. This type of behavior can be a sign of a power imbalance in the relationship and can make it difficult to build a support system outside of the partnership. Last but not least, being physically limited in a relationship can also be detrimental to your well-being. This can include situations where your partner exerts control over your movement or physical autonomy. For example, if your partner prevents you from leaving the house or participating in activities you enjoy, this can generate feelings of claustrophobia and resentment. It is important to recognize that feeling trapped or limited in a relationship is neither healthy nor sustainable in the long run. Everyone deserves to have relationships where they feel free to be themselves and where their individual boundaries and needs are respected. If you find yourself in a situation where you feel trapped or limited in your relationship, it is crucial to seek support and consider seeking professional help to explore your options and make decisions that are healthy and safe for you. Signal number 5. Losing interest in activities you used to enjoy. It's important to pay attention to this change in behavior. This phenomenon can occur for various reasons, but one of the most common is the influence of the dynamics of the relationship on personal life. Affectionate relationships, whether romantic, friendly, or familial, can have a significant impact on our daily lives and our individual identity. When we engage in a relationship, our priorities, interests, and time may change to accommodate the needs and expectations of the partner. Sometimes, this can lead to a gradual loss of interest in activities we used to enjoy, either due to lack of time, energy, or simply because we have focused too much on meeting the needs of the other person. This situation can be especially noticeable in relationships where one of the members tends to absorb the attention and interests of the other disproportionately. For example, if one person has a partner who requires a lot of attention or who has very different interests, that first person may feel compelled to sacrifice their own activities and hobbies to maintain harmony in the relationship. When this happens, it's important to reflect on whether we are sacrificing too much of our own happiness and personal satisfaction for the sake of the relationship. Losing interest in activities we used to enjoy can be an indicator that we are neglecting our own emotional health and our individual identity in favor of the relationship. It is crucial to remember that it is healthy to maintain a balance between our personal relationships and our individual lives. If we notice that we are losing interest in our favorite activities, it is essential to take the time to reflect on the reasons behind this change and make the necessary adjustments to regain our sense of identity and personal happiness. This may involve establishing healthy boundaries in the relationship, communicating our needs and expectations to our partner, and dedicating time and energy to activities that fulfill us and make us feel fulfilled outside the realm of the relationship. Signal number 6. Constant insecurity. Insecurity can arise for various reasons. Sometimes, it can be the result of past experiences that have left emotional scars, such as previous relationships that were difficult or traumatic. It can also be fueled by comparison with other couples, social pressure, or unrealistic standards that oneself or society impose on a relationship. Lack of self-confidence and trust in the relationship can also be a major cause of insecurity. If a person does not feel valuable enough or worthy of love, they are likely to have difficulty believing that their partner truly values and loves them. Additionally, if there have been breaches of trust in the past or if there are communication issues in the current relationship, this can further increase insecurity levels. Constant insecurity can have negative consequences on both the relationship and a person's personal life. On one hand, it can lead to unhealthy behaviors, such as excessive need for attention or validation from the partner, possessiveness, or jealousy. These behaviors can create tensions in the relationship and make the partner feel trapped or overwhelmed. Furthermore, insecurity can lead to low self-esteem and feelings of anxiety and depression. This can affect a person's ability to enjoy the relationship and other areas of their life, as constant worry about losing the partner or not being good enough can consume much of their mental and emotional energy. It is important to address insecurity in a relationship in a constructive and compassionate manner. This may involve working on self-esteem and self-confidence, seeking support from friends, family, or a therapist, and communicating openly and honestly with the partner about feelings and concerns. Building a solid foundation of mutual trust and respect can help reduce insecurity and strengthen the relationship in the long run. Signal number 7. Feeling undervalued. The feeling of not being valued can arise in various ways in a relationship. It can manifest through concrete actions, such as when your partner ignores your ideas or decisions, belittles your achievements, or fails to acknowledge your efforts. It can also be more subtle, such as when your feelings are not taken seriously or your needs are not met. This type of behavior can gradually erode your self-esteem and self-confidence. You begin to question the value of your opinions and contributions, which can lead you to feel insecure in the relationship. This can create a negative cycle where you constantly seek approval from your partner but never feel fully validated. In addition to the impact on your self-esteem, feeling undervalued in the relationship can also affect your overall happiness. When you do not feel valued by your partner, you are likely to experience emotions such as sadness, frustration, or anger. These emotions can influence your emotional well-being and your perception of the relationship as a whole. Here are some steps you can follow to address this issue. Reflect on your feelings. Before addressing the issue with your partner, take some time to reflect on how their behavior makes you feel. Specifically identify which actions or attitudes make you feel undervalued or less appreciated. Communicate your feelings. Approach the issue with your partner in an open and honest manner. Choose a quiet and appropriate time to talk about your feelings. Use I statements instead of you statements when communicating to avoid the conversation turning into an attack. Explain how their behavior makes you feel and why it is important to you to feel valued in the relationship. Listen to your partner. After expressing your feelings, listen to your partner's perspective. They may not be aware of the impact they have on you and may need to understand it better. Actively listening to their point of view can help open up constructive dialogue and find solutions together. Signal number 8. Lack of emotional support. If you don't feel like you can rely on your partner for emotional support during difficult times, this can affect your emotional well-being and happiness. The lack of emotional support in a relationship can have profound implications for the emotional health and happiness of the individuals involved. When one partner does not feel emotionally supported by the other, feelings of loneliness, insecurity, and distrust can arise. This type of lack of connection can create barriers in communication and make it difficult to resolve conflicts, which in turn can lead to greater emotional distance between both partners. Emotional support is crucial in a relationship because it involves feeling understood, valued, and accompanied by the partner during moments of difficulty or vulnerability. When this support is lacking, people may feel abandoned or misunderstood, which can lead to a deterioration in the quality of the relationship. When a person does not feel emotionally supported by their partner, they may seek other ways to meet those emotional needs, whether through friends, family, or even developing extramarital relationships. This can create additional tensions in the relationship and further hinder the possibility of resolving underlying issues. Furthermore, the lack of emotional support can have a negative impact on the mental health of the individuals involved. It can increase stress, anxiety, and depression, as they do not have someone to confide in and share their concerns with. In the long run, this can affect self-esteem and overall well-being, creating a negative cycle that can be difficult to break without intervention. Signal number 9. Feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster. If you experience constant emotional ups and downs in the relationship, it can be exhausting and contribute to your unhappiness. Imagine you're at the top of the roller coaster, everything seems to be going well in the relationship, you feel happy and connected with your partner. But suddenly, without warning, you start to descend rapidly. Your partner may be distant, cold, or even angry for no apparent reason, leaving you confused and worried. This drop can be emotionally draining and trigger feelings of sadness, anxiety, or frustration. On the other hand, when the emotional roller coaster takes you back to the top, everything may seem perfect again. Your partner may be affectionate, attentive, and committed, making you feel hopeful and happy in the relationship. However, this feeling of euphoria may be short-lived, as you know that at any moment you could plummet again. Living in this constant state of uncertainty and volatility can be extremely exhausting. You find yourself trying to anticipate your partner's mood swings, trying to avoid conflicts, or attempting to figure out what might have triggered a new drop in the emotional roller coaster. This constant worry can affect your mental and emotional health, contributing to feelings of stress, distress, and hopelessness. Moreover, the emotional roller coaster can make you feel trapped in an endless cycle of ups and downs, without seeing a clear way out. You may start to question the viability of the relationship and whether it's worth continuing to invest your time and energy into something so unstable. This can generate a sense of unhappiness and decrease your overall quality of life. Signal number 10. Feeling manipulated or controlled. When you're in a relationship, it's natural for there to be a certain level of mutual influence and compromise. However, when that influence crosses the line into manipulation or control, it can be extremely detrimental to your emotional well-being and sense of autonomy. Feeling manipulated or controlled by your partner can be a distressing and disheartening experience that negatively impacts your happiness and quality of life. Manipulation and control can manifest in various ways within a relationship. It can be subtle, such as sarcastic comments or criticisms disguised as advice, or more overt, such as prohibiting you from doing certain things or dictating how you should feel or act in certain situations. In any form, manipulation and control erode your self-confidence and your ability to make decisions for yourself. When you feel like your partner is trying to control your actions, decisions, or emotions, you may find yourself in a position of constant vigilance, careful not to do anything that might trigger a negative reaction from your partner. This can lead to anxiety, stress, and a sense of oppression as you feel compelled to prioritize your partner's desires and needs over your own. Furthermore, manipulation and control can erode open and honest communication in the relationship. If you feel like you can't freely express your thoughts and feelings for fear of your partner's reaction, emotional intimacy is compromised, and the connection between you weakens. Signal number 11. Lack of reciprocity. This refers to the feeling that you're giving more than you're receiving in a relationship, whether it's in terms of time, effort, attention, affection, or any other form of emotional or material investment. This disparity can lead to feelings of frustration, resentment, and discontent, eventually contributing to your unhappiness and tension in the relationship. The causes of lack of reciprocity can vary depending on the situation and the dynamics of the relationship. It may stem from differences in expectations, ineffective communication, lack of awareness or consideration for each other's needs and desires, or even power imbalances within the relationship. In some cases, the lack of reciprocity may result from deeper issues such as a lack of commitment, emotional disconnection, or the presence of dysfunctional dynamics. It's important to address the lack of reciprocity openly and honestly within the relationship. This involves communicating your feelings and needs clearly and respectfully, as well as being willing to listen to and understand each other's perspectives and experiences. Effective communication is crucial for addressing imbalances in a relationship and working together towards a mutually satisfactory solution. Have you ever experienced a lack of reciprocity? I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Signal number 12. Feeling trapped in a negative cycle. When you find yourself trapped in a negative cycle within a relationship, it's like being in an emotional maze where every step seems to lead you deeper into confusion and discomfort. This situation can arise when you're facing recurring problems or arguments that seem to have no clear solution. Instead of finding a way out, you find yourself stuck in a repetitive loop that undermines your emotional well-being and undermines your overall happiness. In this state, you may feel like you're battling invisible forces that keep you in this negative cycle. You may try to address the issues in the same way over and over again, only to find yourself back where you started. This can create a sense of stagnation and emotional exhaustion. The influence of this negative cycle extends beyond the relationship itself and can affect other aspects of your life. You may notice that your energy and focus are diverted from other important areas, such as work or friendships, as you become mentally and emotionally consumed trying to resolve the issues in your relationship. But don't worry, because below we'll tell you how to solve this and all the problems we mentioned in the video. Just follow these steps. 1. Open communication. Talk to your partner about how you feel. Express your concerns clearly and honestly, but avoid blaming or accusing. Communicate your needs and expectations in the relationship. 2. Set healthy boundaries. If you feel like your partner is manipulating or controlling your actions or emotions, it's important to establish clear boundaries. Let your partner know which behaviors you are not willing to tolerate and what your limits are. 3. Seek professional help. Consider seeking the assistance of a therapist or couples counselor. A therapist can help both of you objectively explore your issues and find healthy solutions. 4. Evaluate the relationship. Reflect on whether the relationship as a whole is making you happier or unhappier. Evaluate if the positive aspects outweigh the negatives and if the relationship is healthy and satisfying for you. 5. Make difficult decisions if necessary. If after talking and working on the relationship you still feel that your partner is negatively affecting your happiness and well-being, you may have to make difficult decisions, such as seeking a change in the relationship dynamic or even ending it if it's best for you. Remember that your happiness and well-being are important. Don't be afraid to seek help and make decisions that help you achieve happiness and satisfaction in your life. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it was, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like to support me in bringing you high-value content. See you in the next video.